Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, Cristiano Ronaldo has been speaking about Manchester United, Erik ten Hag, and we'll be getting stuck into those quotes from Cristiano Ronaldo. And we've also seen Manchester United's financial results coming out, which show a significant loss, despite the fact that they've brought in record revenues, a significant loss which could impact us in terms of the PSR. We'll be deep diving into that as well, finding out just what the hell is going on. Obviously, Manchester United are back in action on Saturday after this long old international break. Can't stand international breaks, as you can tell. I've gone a little bit quiet, nothing to really talk about during the international break. I know Manchester United's players have been doing reasonably well out there on their international breaks, but who cares about that? I want to see him doing well in a Manchester United shirt. And after 2 defeats in the first 3 games, I can't lie, I was down in the dumps. You don't want to start a season like that. If it was Football Manager, you would have quit game and exit without saving. For 100% facts. You would not be carrying on with that season now, would you? But anyway, let's get stuck into what is going on in terms of Manchester United's financial results and the reports coming in. We'll look at the one from the BBC first. Obviously, we've got as well the fact that The Athletic are doing some deep dives on this as well. It says Manchester United have reported a net loss of £113.2 million in the year to the 30th of June. Their latest accounts show it follows losses of £28.7 million in 22 to 23 and £115.5 million in 2021 to 2022. And their latest figures take total losses over the past 5 years to over £370 million. That's how much Manchester United have lost over the last 5 years. Despite the results, United are not expected to breach the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules because not all spending goes against their calculations and clubs can claim allowances known as add-backs. Under Premier League club rules, clubs cannot lose more than £105 million over a 3-year period. Now, we've seen Everton and Nottingham Forest deducted points for being in breach of that. And obviously, if Manchester United in the last 3 years, our losses just this year alone would mean that we're over that amount in the last 3-year period. The club remains committed to and in compliance with both the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules and UEFA's financial fair play regulations, said Omar Barada. He left out a big statement when United's financial results had come out, talking about the usual spiel that you would expect to hear in terms of the changes that they're making at the club and the direction they're hoping to take the club in, and obviously improve and bring trophies and all those kind of things. One of the things that's incredible, Manchester United, well, I say Manchester United, the Glazers had to pay £48 million in fees for the deal to go through when Sir Jim Ratcliffe bought 27.7% of the club. They were pocketing the money for the 27.7% of the club. But guess who had to pay those £48 million in fees? Manchester United. It's Glazeronomics absolutely fucking us over yet again. And despite the fact they had that huge windfall, they still went on and charged it to Man United. It's just fucking ridiculous, and it's an absolute disgrace that the Glazers are allowed to continue to get away with it. Now, why do Manchester United feel that they'll be okay in terms of the PSR situation? It's because that United's accounts confirm, and Muppeteers have put this into words better than I could, that significant losses for the year, but with the items deductible from PSR, so the women's team, the academy, the takeover, the money that they had to pay towards that takeover, they should come in just within PSR guidelines. Things were very, very tight before June the 30th. Changes to staffing and reduction of regular expense, as Barada discussed, an unfortunate but necessary step to bring United down from significant losses so we are not in this situation again in the future. And we've seen them making significant cutbacks in terms of staff and all those kind of different things. And they feel like those will have an impact, the cutbacks and the money that they've saved, that will have an impact on the club's financial records from 2025 and 2026. So they expect that to come down. Now, we should get away with it because of the fact that you have those deductibles, but It's not a great position to be in. And it's the fact that we now have some owners that are going to have to come in and sort those kind of things out. Just to get into the nitty gritty of it all, revenue was up 2% to £662 million, which was a record. Wages were £365 million, up 10%. Again, that will be going down because they've made substantial cutbacks in terms of wages. You look at some of the players that have left. You look at some of the players that have come in. I think 17 players left. I think 5-6 players came in. You're looking at that. You've already made a clear savings there. And then you look at the kind of wages that the players that we brought in will be on in comparison to some of those players that left, the likes of Martial, Rafael Varane, etc. Man United will be making savings on wages. It just won't reflect on the balance sheet right now. Exceptional one-off costs, £48 million, mainly the sale of shares to Ineos. Fucking incredible. Interest was £61 million, pre-tax losses of £131 million, and borrowings to £546 million. That is down by 11%. So those are the kind of figures that you're looking at in terms of Manchester United. And check this out. Thank you to Kieran Maguire for this. Since Manchester United was acquired in 2005, the club has made cumulative pre-tax losses of £483 million and paid net interest costs on loans of £969 million. We've paid the interest on the loans that the Glazers have taken out close to £1 billion. And we're already in debt for £500 million? The amount that they cost this club is absolutely incredible. You can add another 48 million to that. That's already £1 billion if you include the net interest costs on loans. It's absolutely fucking incredible that the fact that that's legal even is incredible. That the fact that they can get away with that. And now we're having Ineos coming in and having to try and make these changes. In terms of changes that they're making, it looks like another one's going to be happening. L'Equipe have reported that Mark Armstrong, PSG's head of sponsorship since 2018, is set to join Manchester United. Armstrong previously worked with the FA, NFL and NBA and played a key role in boosting PSG's revenues to meet financial fair play rules. So they're looking like they're bringing in an expert. Now, I told you we'd be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo's been speaking with Rio Ferdinand and he said, I repeat, I still love Manchester United and I wish them the best. But he did also go on to say, Man United coach cannot say they can't compete to win the Premier League and the Champions League every year. This is Man United. You have to be there to mentally say, listen, maybe we don't have the potential, but I cannot say that. We're going to try. You have to try. This is why Man United needs to rebuild. If Ten Hag listens to Ruud, maybe he can help. He knows the club and the club should listen to the guys who were there. And this is really important. Rio Ferdinand, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Sir Alex Ferguson. You need advice from these people. You cannot rebuild a club without knowledge. Now, I don't really want Rio Ferdinand on our board at Manchester United making decisions, to be totally honest with you. And I think going down that old mates club route in the past hasn't helped Manchester United. But I do agree with him in terms of the rebuild. Now, the rebuild is currently going on. So it's kind of like, yeah, we do need to rebuild, but it's happening. So let's wait and see how these guys get on in terms of doing it. Now, what's interesting about that is that quote. Fabrizio Romano posted that quote, and Alejandro Garnacho liked it. Now, obviously, he wants Man United to be challenging for the Premier League and Champions League, but is there anything in that? Now, I'm a little bit cynical, but also a part of me just knows Alejandro Garnacho will like anything that Cristiano Ronaldo's face is on. He probably didn't even read the quote. He probably just saw a picture of Cristiano Ronaldo on Instagram and liked it. He's a major Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. And let's be real. It's true. Look, I know the position we're in isn't ideal. And losing 2 out of the first 3 games of the season isn't ideal either, to be coming out and saying you're going to win the league. But every single season we should be going, that's the aim. That's the hope. Because you have to funnel that down to the dressing room. You have to bring those expectations to the dressing room. So I do tend to agree a little bit, but also it's pointless moaning about it because changes are afoot. Anyway, let us know what you think. Are you worried by the PSR thing? What did you make of Cristiano Ronaldo's quotes and Garnacho liking the post as well? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back very soon.